Yeah, those were Trayvon's thoughts. Maybe he should keep his mouth shut, but Tybo has a hard time keeping his mouth shut. We got everybody's favorite segment coming up. Tybo's thoughts, THOTs.
You ready? Are you ready for these hard-hitting questions, Tybo?
Hard hitting.
Get it?
Did he do that on purpose?
We just a little bit. We have got some philosophical questions here that we're going to ask Tybo. And if you enjoy this segment, if you have questions that you would like Tybo to answer, make sure you
I don't
head
like the
over to our
phrase
Twitter.
philosophical question. Let me just get that out of here. You just think of it. Think of a different way to phrase it.
Think of a
Give
question you
us
want him to
Philosoph-
answer.
give us your
Thought-provoking
dumb,
questions. Thought-provoking
thought-provoking,
questions.
dumb questions.
Thought. Okay.
Head
Dumb.
over head over to Twitter
I'm dumb.
at Bob and Bo Show, or leave any
At
comments
Bob
on
and
YouTube.
Bo Show on all platforms.
Oh,
BOBNBO Show. Thank you, hose.
Tybo, let's start this one off. What is the weirdest smell that you have ever smelt?
The weirdest smell.
The weirdest smell you have ever smelt.
So, like, not necessarily the worst smell.
Just it could be whatever you find to be the most weird.
it could be a lot of things, man.
Whatever I find to be the most weird. Uh, I don't want to out myself with having a stinky belly button, but isn't it weird that how like when you got a deep innie, like how smelly a belly button can get? And you don't ever want to get caught like in public just kind of like fingering your belly button, but sometimes sometimes you get an itch and your hand just kind of passes over the belly button and you get just like a little hint and you bring that finger up to your nose and you're like, oh, whoa. Just like on a sweaty linty
Uh,
day, like if you have a shirt on that gets a lot of lint. But
uh,
like, why do belly buttons stink so bad? Like, or not so bad. I don't have that stinky of a belly button. I wash my belly button. Damn it. But like, why, why do belly buttons smell the way they do? Like, like it's different than an armpit stench. It's different than your ball stench. Like your
It's a
belly
belly
button
button.
has its own
it is the
has its own
armpit of the
microbiology.
belly. It is the armpit of the belly. It just doesn't have the odor producing ducts or glands that your armpits do.
It's got to have some kind of odor producing something because your belly buttons smell different.
My mama says mine smells like roses.
Your mama lied to you.
Okay. Are pets called pets because we pet them, or do we pet them because they're called pets?
You're hitting me with like a chicken or an egg question. Sometimes you just need to like hold it to one or the other, you know? Like why the chicken, why the egg, not which came first. Uh I'm petting my dog right now. Uh, you know, I also think that might be like a Googleable question, trying to figure out where that origin in human history came about.
We know what happened last time. It was Googleable.
I think if I would had more time, wasn't been on the spot, I could do some sort of research to figure out whatever the hell I was looking up back then. You know, instead of answering this question, let's talk about the phrase pet peeve. You ever had a pet named Peeve?
A pet
Why?
named Peeve.
Why? Why is something that annoys you your pet peeve? You guys don't like the way I flipped that
Uh,
around on you.
no, I
These aren't
don't.
our thoughts. These are Tybo's thoughts.
I'll I googled it for you, Tybo, so I'll give you your answer. Pet as a noun dates to the 16th century from remarkably a Scottish Gaelic word meaning tame animal. Pet as a verb meaning treat as a pet. To indulge dates about a century later. The sense uh, of stroking as like a pet is fairly recent and really just in the 20th century. So there you go.
Okay,
Wow. All right.
so them being a pet came first. All
Yeah,
right, go
that's what
ahead,
it comes
Sean.
down to.
I want to get to my animal question. I
All
think
right.
this one will be a little more insightful. If animals could talk, which would be the most interesting and which would be the most boring?
Damn,
Oh, I know. Most boring. Huh? It could be interesting.
I think most boring would be the fucking koala. Because I mean, they're munching on the eucalyptus and they're stoned all
A
the
dude
time
that
and they've got
hangs on trees and is stoned all the time is going to be the most boring.
absolutely. They're not stoned in the human sense. Like animals don't have the creativity, whatever complex in your brain that the humans. I don't know. Like, and I guess animals are creative in a different way, but you like artistic expression type shit. Like animals aren't creative in that way. You know, they don't create the way humans do because humans have idle time and nothing to fucking stick their mind to uh nowadays. Like there's not the threat of survival, whatchamacallit. But fuck, where am I going with this? Tybo's thoughts got off track. Help me get back on track.
Most interesting animal to talk to if they could talk.
Yeah. But oh yeah, koalas being boring. Yeah, because they're literally just sitting there with their brains numbed and like they might be in pain because of some weird constant disease that they have. So yeah, they would be boring. You're not buying
Okay,
that?
sure.
You're still questioning Tybo's thoughts here?
They're
I
your
never
thoughts,
question
dude.
Tybo's thoughts.
What's the most
Yeah,
interesting animal if
most
they could talk?
interesting. That's I think if you're a Rick and Morty fan, I think I think Rick and Morty puts up an incredible argument that squirrels might be the most interesting. Um, I think the idea of colonies of ants or bees, being able to listen to those conversations, because they communicate in different ways. Uh, to learn how like a hive or a colony of insects, um, how they communicate and what they're actually saying, and if we could actually translate it into something that makes sense to us, I think that would be fascinating. But trying to think of like a more exciting answer right now. And I'm not gonna say anything bird here because I think birds are stupid. I think birds are a little bit more primitive than
What about like
birds and
like
rep
an
birds
orangutan or
and
whatever?
reptile. Yeah, that's also another cheap answer because they're super close to humans. I think. Um, but I was
Would you
about to say like
lean
birds and reptiles. I think are like equally stupid and primitive.
would you lean more towards boring or interesting for a sloth?
Boring.
Just because they move slow
I think
or
they're also pretty dumb too.
What about a giraffe? Personally, I feel like they'd be really interesting if they could talk.
no, they'd be stupid as hell.
The way they
This
just
man
swing
hates
their heads around.
giraffes.
But I mean, think of an old giraffe and how many times he's been concussed in his life. Because
Yeah.
like the way they fight and swing their heads and shit. Like you want to examine an animal or a wild being with CTE and see what kind of effects it has on them.
A true
You go
Antonio
study
Brown.
giraffes. giraffes and rams or whatever.
Yep.
Those motherfuckers are out there just like, bam. Okay, there we go. That would be super interesting. One of the goats that can like fucking climb hills like that.
Mountain
Let's
goat.
Yep.
Oh, dude, goats are so stupid.
That doesn't mean they can't be interesting.
I think it would be interesting. It might be stupid, but I think it would
It's
be
gonna be extremely stupid. But... All right, new question here. Are our dreams just glimpses into parallel universes? You completely missed the question now. Damn it.
Are our dreams
just glimpses into
parallel
universes?
universes? No, absolutely not. What fucking didn't Marvel say that or some shit?
What about Deja Vu?
The Doctor Strange one, the marvelous mysteries of the space verse.
What about Deja Vu? I could get behind that. As Tybo dies.
Oh man. That was a heavy cough. All right. No, they're not. But I think just because the probability of our minds creating something that we see in dreams, right? Like I don't know how to do probability and statistics and really, really advanced math to kind of tell you like what exactly the hell I'm talking about right now. But just the fact that you were able to dream it in your mind in a very literal sense, I feel like whatever you see in that dream is possible to be manifested into our reality.
So if I dream about my teeth falling out, I can manifest that?
Yep. Your teeth can fall out.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll hit you with one more, Tybo. And I'm interested to see what you say here. What is a secret conspiracy that you would like to start?
That I would like to start?
We'll back you 100% here.
You'll back me 100% here?
100%.
100%. Blind faith.
I can't. Am I allowed to piggyback off of something that I agree with now, like a conspiracy that I want to just like?
Yeah, shine some light too.
Promote.
Let's do it.
the Middle Earth flare. There's an opening towards the core of the Earth in Antarctica, and that's where oh my god.
Wait, are you talking about Hollow Earth?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hollow Earth. All right.
Yeah.
Let's back him 100%.
So like there's a tunnel to like an inner core world down in Antarctica, and that's why nobody's been able to inhabit it.
I've not heard that.
Godzilla vs. Kong.
You've never heard that?
No.
Yeah.
That's where Kong came from.
Godzilla vs. Kong. Yeah, exactly. That explanation. But so the biggest hole that I poke in that hole, the way that they show it in the movie, with like that purple force field thing and gravity switches and all that stuff, is like how does the sun get in there? If there's a tunnel to it and it's like in the core of the earth, how does sunlight get in there? How is it a lush paradise with green trees and all this shit if the sun is supposed to get through it into our like inside our core?
Maybe it's because there's a core. The core is actually a sun inside the earth.
Nice. Good one.
This guy's been on some subreddits before.
There's a conspiracy that I like.
That's one of the better explanations I've heard to my question on that. So good job.
There's a conspiracy out there that I like, that T-Rexes were never actually weren't a thing. Like T-Rexes never existed because they've never actually all the bones that they have in the museums aren't of the T-Rex, the bones weren't actually found with the T-Rex. It was always bits and pieces, and they structured it together with different bones of different dinosaurs. But what has always remained has been the head, which the skull looks that of a dragon. And because they've never actually found all the bones that go with the Tyrannosaurus Rex, it is believed that the T-Rex never existed and that those bones were actually that of a dragon.
Are you not familiar with people that just like deny dinosaurs as a whole?
No, I am very familiar with that. This isn't denying that dinosaurs
it wouldn't
exist.
be just T-Rexes though. There would be other dinosaurs out there and other creatures that they say they've found or discovered and they don't have all the bones for.
I'm gonna run with the T-Rex one. Dragons were real.
I think the truth lies somewhere in the middle. Dinosaurs were birds. Most dinosaurs were birds.
They had feathers.
Yes, they did.